Hello and welcome to the Topic Master Series presented by Edu-Kingdom College. In this video, we'll be looking at speed, distance, and time. First of all, let's define what speed, distance, and time is. Speed is the rate at which someone or something can move or cover a distance. It tells us how fast it is traveling. The common unit of measurement for speed is meters per second and kilometers per hour. Distance is the amount of space traveled. It tells us how far it is traveling. The common units of measurement are meters and kilometers. Time is a measurement of duration of an event. It tells us how long it took traveling. The common units of measurement for time is seconds, minutes, and hours. There is a strong relationship between distance, speed, and time, given by this triangle here, with distance on top and speed and time at the bottom. It shows that distance over time, which is distance divided by time, will give us speed. Therefore, the formula for speed is going to be distance divided by time. On the flip side, we have distance over speed, which leaves out time. In other words, the formula for time is going to be time equals distance divided by speed. Now we can have a look at the bottom two. We can see since S and T are next to each other, we're going to times them together, and leaving us with D, which shows that the distance formula is going to be distance equals speed times time. Using this triangle and the relationship between distance, speed, and time, we can work out the last component just by using the other two components. We are very familiar with distance and time since we use it every day, but let's further define what speed is. Speed is how fast something is traveling. In other words, the amount of distance within a period of time. The units for measurement of speed is always the distance unit divided by the time unit. For example, there is a 100-meter race. Cindy finished running it within 25 seconds, whereas Jamie finished it in 30 seconds. Cindy ran at a faster speed because she finished the same amount of distance in a shorter period of time without needing to work at the actual speed. Even if we work at the actual speed, we can see that Cindy's speed is going to be 100, which is the distance, divided by 25, which is the time, gives us 4 meters per second. Whereas Jamie's speed, 100 divided by 30, gives us 3.33 meters per second. Now, using the formulas we have deduced, let's try to work out some of these questions. Let's first look at distance. This question says, from point A to point B is 25 meters. From point B to point C is 100 meters. What is the total distance from point A to point C? All we have to do is add the distance from point A to point B with the distance of point B to point C, which gives us 25 meters plus 100 meters, which is 125 meters. This question says the train traveled at 150 kilometers per hour for 10 hours. How far did it travel? We can see that we were given a speed component and a time component. In other words, we need to use the formula. Distance equals speed times time. Putting the components together, distance will equals 150 kilometers per hour times 10 hours, which gives us 1,500 kilometers. Therefore, the train will travel 1,500 kilometers. Now let's have a look at time. Seoul is 8,327 kilometers away from Sydney. If plane travels 757 kilometers per hour, how long is the flight? We can see that we were given a distance, 8,327 kilometers, and a speed, 757. Now that we have a distance component and a speed component, we can find how long the flight is, which is the time, using the formula, time equals distance divided by speed. Putting the numbers into its place, 8,327 divided by 757 gives 11 hours. It will take roughly 11 hours to get to Sydney. Now let's have a look at speed. Jimmy ran 400 in 100 seconds. How many meters can he run per second? We are given a distance and a time, and we can put this into the formula. Speed equals distance divided by time to find how many meters he can run per second. 400 divided by 100 gives us 4 meters per second. Question 2. The ship traveled 800 meters in 120 minutes. What is the speed in kilometers per hour? we can see we were given a distance and a time. But there's a very important note that it is asking in kilometers per hour. We can see that the numbers we were given, the time unit is actually minutes instead of hour. What we need to do is convert the minutes into hours and then use that hours to find the speed. We know that 120 minutes is equivalent to 2 hours. Now that I have my components in kilometers and hours, I can do 800 divided by 2, which gives us 400 kilometers per hour. So the ship followed 400 kilometers per hour. Just a quick summary. Speed is the rate at which someone or something can move or cover a distance. It tells us how fast it is traveling, and the formula for it is going to be speed equals distance divided by time. Whereas distance is the amount of space traveled, it tells us how far it is traveling. The formula for it is going to be distance equals speed times time. Lastly, we have time. Time is the measure of the duration of an event. It tells us how long it took traveling. And the formula for time is time equals distance divided by speed. And all of these can be deduced by the distance, speed, and time triangle. And this is it for this video. Check out more English and Maths content by exploring our channel.